Daryl Lyle, people. Boxing Lowdown.
How's it going,
in the
guys?
building.
How's it going? It's good to be here, man.
I'm shocked you're here.
Oh, no.
I can't lie, I'm shocked you're here. I sent him a message about an hour ago and I said, look, Liverpool won. He said, don't worry, I'll be here in an hour. So we're doing this just before Liverpool play Champions League football. Big football fan as well, you are.
Massive Arsenal
I know
fan.
this is a boxing show, but we've got to talk football because this guy is an Arsenal fan, I'm a Liverpool fan. We've both been through some pain of recent. What do you think of you guys right now?
With us right now, I mean, we've obviously got our manager in. He's been there for just over a year now. There's already people saying that, should we stick with Emery or should we not? He's been offered a 2-year contract.
Oh, has he, yeah?
Yeah, 2-year contract, so it runs out at the end of this year.
Okay.
I think we just need to try and see, our goal is to obviously get into the top 4. Believe we've got the players now to do it. If we can't get into the top 4 this year, then probably going to have to look at another option.
It's crazy that, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is not how Arsenal have run its football club over the last 20 odd years, but unfortunately that's how the new age of football is right now. So, we played Manchester United this week. Thought we should have won the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Thought if there was ever going to be
Bad
a time,
game though.
if there was ever going to be a time, it was a terrible game in terms of quality. But if there was ever going to be a time to go up to Old Trafford and win, it was that.
Yeah.
And we still couldn't do it. So, I'm giving the manager a chance. There's some people saying Emery out already, which is silly. I mean, I'm giving him a chance. I think Aubameyang's been a revelation. Lacazette. I'm looking forward to seeing the fullbacks in action. So when they come back, so I'm
That's
positive.
true. Bellerin and Tierney. I mean, we haven't seen them at all. Really.
Bellerin and Tierney still to come back. Holding still to come back. So I'm positive that we can get the top 4. The competition other than the top 2, which is you and City, is not that great.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's stumbling at right now, so I think we can do it, hopefully.
It's weird because obviously 10 years ago, top 4 was top 4. There was only 4 teams.
Yeah.
Now there are 6 teams. Then you got Leicester chucking themselves in the mix.
Leicester
Do you know what I mean? West Ham over there saying they weren't part of it. And I'm like, what West Ham doing?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's like more teams now, so it's not like it's not as easy as it was to make top 4. Top 4 was kind of standard back in the day, especially for you guys.
Yeah.
That Wenger was top 4 religiously. Everyone used to moan about it.
Top 4 never used to be enough. It was everybody used to complain about getting into the top 4. Now was that the ambition? But yeah, look at it right now.
Jesus.
So I mean, I wouldn't say I'm confident, but I do believe in the players. I think that like people like Lacazette, Aubameyang, if they can stay fit,
that's the thing with Lacazette.
It's our goal for it, isn't it? So we just need Pepe to get on their form now, man, and hopefully we can get there.
What do you make of Pepe so far? Early though, isn't it?
It's been a slow start for Pepe. I'm not going to get on his back now. It's only been 6-7 games. He's new to the country. He doesn't speak English, I don't think.
Okay.
So it's totally different than the French league. But I've got faith, man. I've got faith. I believe that once we all click, we can get there. Maybe I'm being too optimistic. I don't know, but you have to be as a football fan, don't you? As I'm sure you know.
Yeah, of course. And I guess with Pepe not speaking English, at least the front 3 all speak French.
That's right.
So that's one thing they can all do with each other. And you've got a few other French players. What's that guy with the curly hair, the big one? Everyone's raving about him now.
Oh, Guendouzi.
Yeah. Is he French as well?
He's French as well, yeah. Quality player he is. So, I believe that.
I like your team. I can't lie. Look, I'm not anti-Arsenal. I've never been anti-Arsenal. I've always liked Arsenal just because of the Henri Vieira Burke. How can you not like that?
Yeah.
As a football fan, you've got to appreciate it. Look at Tottenham the other day, 7-2.
Oh, I love that. It was beautiful, wasn't
it? He's gone, isn't he? End of season or before?
Well, funnily enough, I do have a few Spurs mates, and some of them are starting to whisper Pochettino out, and I'm just like, wow, Red, like,
crazy,
who are you going to get?
Champions League final, and now it's Pochettino out.
Yeah.
Fans are fucked up. Really.
Even better was Gnabry getting the 4 goals.
Oh, was just, and him sort of stirring the pot in his celebrations.
It was brilliant. But, I mean, Tottenham they're still a good team.
Yeah, very good team.
Yeah.
I've just got a feeling, this weird feeling that's all going to break up. I've got a feeling that Eriksen's going to go. I've got a feeling, I don't know what it is, it makes me feel sick that Man United will come in massive for Kane. Man United are begging for an out-and-out striker. They haven't got that, let's be honest. They sold Sanchez and Lukaku. And I think if that happens, that whole team's going to get broken up.
Think you go Man United?
If Pochettino goes and Eriksen goes, if I'm Kane and I'm seeing Eriksen disappear to a bigger club, he will go to probably Real Madrid maybe, and Pochettino goes United, I think he's going to think, what's going on?
Yeah.
And I'm hearing rumours as well, this is just rumours, that Liverpool are going to go in for Son in January.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Obviously we need him on the bench.
It's not fair if you do.
We need him on the bench.
Your attacking options are unbelievable already.
Yeah, they are. But the kind of inexperience wants the free. After that free, obviously Origi's young, Brewster after that. It's just young.
Yeah.
And I feel like I'd rather someone, Son, that experience come off to replace one of those front 3 if someone gets injured.
Son's a brilliant player.
Quality, isn't he?
Brilliant player.
Love him. Absolutely love him. I like that. He's just understated goodness.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk boxing. Yes. Yesterday, Chisora's partner, Joseph Parker pulled out. I'm hearing that it was a spider bite or something.
That's
so
what
he's
I
out
saw,
ill.
yeah.
What do you make of that?
Disappointed. When I first saw it, I didn't know, obviously, of the spider bite. So I was like, 3-4 weeks out from the fight. He's pulled out with illness. What's going on? Like, what sort of illness is this? Like, and I posted it on my page, and everybody was like, "What's going on, man? Like, why is he pulled out?" But listen, I don't want to question Joseph Parker's heart or anything like that. I think he's not scared of Chisora.
No, not at all. You can see it in there face to face.
Yeah, so I think he would fight him, but it's a big setback for everybody because I was looking forward to that fight.
Yeah.
Going to be interesting now as to who could be replacing Joseph Parker. I saw some names being lined up. Otto Wallin, strangely enough, was one of them.
Yeah. All of a sudden,
just come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Michael Hunter's also up there. Martin Bacoli. So hopefully we get an announcement soon because, of course, there was the debate about which should be the main event between Chisora and Parker, and
there was.
Now
I guess it's a foregone conclusion. That is Taylor Prograis.
Yeah.
Out of those, if you could pick one, I think Oscar Rivas was in there as well. Povetkin.
Yeah.
Who would you, if you could? I mean, I was campaigning for Shannon Briggs, but, but that was only because you know what it was. I think with Shannon Briggs for about 7 years, and I said this on the video, that this guy was doing that Let's Go champ, trying to get a fight, and he actually fought nobody.
He didn't fight anyone, no.
So it's like he was going every single press conference, like really campaigning, and nothing happened. So mine with him wasn't that it would be a good fight. It was like, just let him have it. Yeah. It was almost like, just give him
more fun fight, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. A little 4-round fight. That's it. I was thinking, if you're Chisora, do you really want to roll the dice with those guys that you mentioned? All of them, maybe apart from Bacoli, could beat him. Yeah. Let's be honest.
I'd say, I mean, Povetkin, I'd pick Povetkin over Chisora.
So would I. Yeah.
Oscar Rivas, very difficult fight for Chisora.
Yeah.
I think Chisora beat Otto Wallin.
Yeah, I think he would as well. I think it'll knock him out.
Yeah.
Knock him out.
But how appealing would that be? I mean, he's not. I mean, he gave a good performance against Tyson Fury, but does that mean it would sell? I'm not sure. I don't know.
Yeah, all of them would struggle, I think, to stay on that same kind of level that Parker was.
Yeah. Where
we were really intrigued. It was almost like, okay, Parker wins and he goes on, Chisora wins. These ones, it's almost like, I don't know, if I'm Chisora, do I want to roll the dice with any of them, if I'm honest with you? At this stage of my career, where one loss is, that's it, he's done, I think. Do I want to roll the dice with a young Oscar Rivas?
I don't think he would.
I don't think he would.
Chisora's made it clear what he's really in this for right now.
Yeah.
He wants to be paid.
Yeah, that's
so, it. I don't think he'd fight David Price, but I know they're good friends.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people wanted to see that, but I don't think they would fight. Joe Joyce, different promoter.
Yeah.
So it's not going to be him, but I think out of those 6, if you were to ask me who would I like to see Chisora fight, I'd say, from a fan's perspective, it'd be either Hunter or Povetkin.
Same here. I think Hunter or Povetkin as well. Yeah. And it's funny because those two were linked to fight each other on the AJ card.
That's right, yes.
And now it's like one of them could, but I guess you got to get paid.
Yeah.
Pay-per-view card, get paid. Yeah. And they will get paid. And I think Hunter's a risky one, Povetkin's a risky one. Good luck to Chisora if he does fight them. Talking about Taylor Prograis, who you got favourite for that one?
That's an unbelievable fight, man.
Great fight.
It's a great fight. It's one that's, I'll tell you what, at the end of last year, I did a list of top 5 fights that I wanted to see. Yeah. And Taylor Prograis was on that list.
Okay.
It was on that list. And it's a great fight. 2 undefeated fighters, both ambitious young champions. Both of them.
No damage.
Yeah, no damage,
excuses.
Nothing. Yeah. And they're both really, they've got that dog in them. They've got that bite in them. Like, they're both mean in the ring. Like, especially Josh Taylor, we've seen it.
Yeah.
Who would I pick in that fight? I'm leaning towards Josh Taylor. I think.
Really? I'm leaning the other way.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards Taylor purely because of home advantage.
Yeah.
I guess you can call it home advantage, but slightly. But I mean, he's. I was surprised at how much bigger he was than Prograis as well.
Shocking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Everyone said that Josh Taylor literally is a guy that will go 147 and maybe even 154 if he fills out. He's a lot bigger. Whereas Prograis looks like he's maxed out at 140. Yeah. That looks like he's height and weight. That's it.
Optimum weight.
Yeah.
I'm leaning towards Taylor, but that's why I really want to see it. Yeah. These are the type of fights that I want to see. Just 50-50 fights, 2 ambitious guys going
2 unbeaten, world titles on the line. It kind of ticks every single box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
They're saying that if Prograis wins, and I'm so happy you've come and said Prograis. Yeah. Because I keep saying Prograis. I say everything. If Prograis wins, they're saying Adrian Broner next for him. Big money fight in America.
I thought he was retired.
He chats shit, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I can't stand him, I'll be honest with you. I'm not a fan of the shit he does. Like, I'm not a fan of the fact he loses and they think he sounds like he's humbled for about a day and then you see him out again and I'm like, stop it. I feel like he's hiding something in between. Like he's a I saw an interview with him. It's funny actually. Breakfast Club 105.1, and he seemed for the first time to be very honest and open. And he said, "When I was down, no one reached out for me." And it's almost like the first time I've actually seen the real Adrian Broder. So I feel like this guy now just puts an act on all the time.
Yeah, it's and it's tasteless as well. A lot of it. A lot of it's pretty tasteless.
Yeah.
I mean, to some people it's funny, but it's just you looked at more of as a joke now, and
that's the thing.
That's the problem.
When he came out initially, it was almost like the comparisons with Floyd.
Yeah.
That would look at him thinking, okay, he's kind of doing what Floyd does. But Floyd even doesn't cross it like that.
No.
Floyd's not flushing money down the toilet and all this other
throwing money in Walmart.
Getting shot up.
Yeah.
Getting your car shot up and being proud of it.
I think it's a shame, considering the talent that he does have.
Dude, I think he could have been in something a bit naughty.
He could have.
Honestly,
yeah.
He really could. It's funny because we're talking about a 4-weight world champion that we're disappointed about.
Yeah,
but he could have been even more.
Yeah.
Honestly, he could have been way more.
Yeah.
But I'm very, very disappointed in him. Did you watch the Errol Spence Porter fight? You had to, obviously.
Watched the Errol Spence Porter fight.
I saw a little preview for it as well. Was you shocked?
I wasn't shocked. No, I wouldn't say I was shocked. I was a bit surprised because, like everybody else, I did think Errol Spence would win.
Which he did.
He did win.
Yeah.
I didn't think it would be. I mean, I knew what Porter could do.
Yeah.
Like I knew that Porter would bring it. A lot of people were underestimating Porter. Like people on my page, for example, were saying that.
Page, the boxing Lowdown.
Thank you. Yeah, plug that. They were saying that Porter going to get knocked out in 8 rounds, and I was like, "Are you sure?"
Disrespect.
I was like, "I know you don't like watching him, but the guy, he can fight.
Yeah,
anybody that goes in the ring with Sean Porter,
it's the toughest night ever. Yeah, it's the toughest night.
So, I thought it was very close going up into the 10th, 11th round. I was like, I'm a big fan of Errol Spence.
And someone even saying to me, like, did his glove actually touch the floor? I've not seen it in slow-mo, but some people saying, did it? Or did he, like, kind of balance? I don't know.
Porter didn't complain.
Porter didn't complain,
He
He needed that rest, boy.
Yeah.
He wanted those 10 seconds
Absolutely.
rest.
Going into the 10th, 11th, it was close, man. I was, like, texting people throughout, and Porter I don't know if he was winning. I wasn't keeping a running score.
It was tough to score. Like, how many of the punches were actually landing and some were on the gloves. It was a tough fight to score. I had Spence winning it by a couple of rounds, but I still think has that damaged Spence's reputation. But Spence was this boogeyman.
Yeah.
He's not the boogeyman anymore.
Not anymore.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, he's still number one. Probably we'll talk about that with him and Crawford.
Yeah.
But he's no boogeyman at all.
I wouldn't say so now, especially now he's got the belts.
Yeah.
I did believe he was on the come up before he beat Brook for the IBF title. I did think that, Danny Garcia, Keith Thurman from their interviews would say, Spencer's got to do this, we don't want to fight now. Yeah. And I was like, oh, these guys really don't want to fight.
Yeah.
But then now he's got the belts, he did say he'd turn it around, he's turned it around. But Crawford, man, that's what I want to see. That is the fight that I want to see, bro.
PBC are disgusting. They're actually making me feel sick.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I'm and to be honest, Spence as well annoyed me a little bit because I think you're in the ring, you've got the opportunity. Everyone thinks you're either number 1 or number 2 because of Crawford.
Yeah.
Call him out in the ring. Yeah. It's almost like PBC have said you could not mention him. Don't mention him. He doesn't exist. And I just don't ever see how that fight happens. If I'm honest with you, I don't see. I don't think it's a big enough money fight in terms of it's not a £1 million pay-per-view or whatever.
No.
And obviously PBC top rank. I just don't see how it happens.
And that's the problem with boxing right there.
I
mean, I can't think of a better actual fight than those two going in the ring together.
Yeah.
Not in terms of like what's going to make the most money.
Yeah.
Just actual fight between two young
that
unbeaten
feeling
fighters.
in your belly as well when you have no idea
who's going to win.
Who's going to win? You're just like, get the popcorn, let's go. Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's not.
Who do you think wins?
Wow, man.
I've gone back and forth. Yeah. I've always been Crawford, but then again, people will say, okay, who's Crawford beat at 147? And I'm like,
true.
No one really.
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't seen him against even a Porter who's like world level, but not elite world level. We haven't seen him against anyone.
No, not a 147 anyway.
But you just think skill for skill.
Skill for skill, I've got to go Crawford.
Yeah.
But Spence is skilled himself.
Spence is skilled, but I'm shocked he couldn't make the adjustments.
No.
As skilled as he is, we knew, like you said earlier, you knew what Porter was going to bring.
Yeah.
Spence knew what Porter was going to bring. The whole world knew what Porter was going to bring. And Spence couldn't do anything about it.
I think he was so caught up in ego for that fight, saying he wanted to knock him out and saying that he was going to be the guy to knock him out. And because he didn't do it, maybe he might have been disappointed with that, but I think he should be just happy to...
I think he's happy to get that W and move on and fight Danny Garcia, get that W, and then obviously your resume starts getting thick and thick and thick.
Yeah, I think I'll lean towards Crawford, but I can understand why people think Spence, because going nearer to the fight, I could change my mind and think Errol would win, but if you to ask me today on the spot right now, I'd say Terence Crawford.
Yeah, I think if people say it skill-wise, Terence Crawford, size, strength, and all that other kind of stuff, which counts for a lot. I think some people overplay that, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
Obviously, is Errol Spence.
Crawford's not really, he's not that small a guy.
Crawford's
really.
now built into the 147 as well. If it was Crawford's first fight at 147, fair dues. He's had 3 fights at 147 now. So he's now a natural 147.
Yeah.
A guy that probably walks around at 170.
Probably.
Has to come down.
I'm sure you've seen that video of them two when they, met up backstage.
They will replay that. If they ever fight, they will replay that video 1,000 times.
Times.
That was the most perfect promo for a fight ever.
Absolutely, yeah.
That's what Crawford is. And I think Top Rank don't show Crawford's side like that. We don't even see Crawford do interviews like that.
I think Top Rank have done a poor effort with promoting Terence Crawford.
It's just disgusting.
Yeah.
It's disgusting. He must feel sick that he signed the contract.
But why did he?
As well.
Why did he sign that? Why did he renew?
Well, I don't know.
Because the argument on Spence's side and everybody else over there is, you knew that everybody's over here, so why are you, going signing another contract over there? All that crossing the street nonsense,
Yeah, stupid.
It's silly, but
I wonder if Bob Arum promised things he couldn't deliver. Like Bob Arum promised we'll get them over. I don't know.
Maybe
thinking that he will become. And this is Crawford we're talking about, the pay-per-view star, so they have to come and fight you.
If they were to fight on pay-per-view now, what would you say? Spence would have to be the A-side, wouldn't he?
Yeah. They're saying that Spence Porter done 300,000, Spence Garcia done 350, Crawford Khan done 120.
It's terrible promotion. Like, when you look at it, Amir Khan is still a big name.
Yeah, you can still push it a little bit. You can sell him on the Canelo fight that he was doing war up until he got knocked down.
Yeah.
They just don't promote. Bob Arum, unfortunately, I guess he's the face, there's people behind the scenes, but Bob Arum is just too old school in that way. Same as Frank Warren.
Yeah.
I mean, Eddie Hearn knows what to do, Oscar kind of knows what to do. The other oldies, unfortunately, just don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, which is a shame. It was a shame. I did meet Bob Arum, actually. He's a very...
Oh yeah, I saw your interview.
He's an amazing character, yeah.
Is he, yeah?
One person that when I actually got talking to him, I was like, shit, what do I say to this guy, man?
Dude.
Like, what do I even say?
I don't know how you, and I rate you guys, you, Rob, all the guys that do it, Umar, Coogan, to think of questions on the spot.
It was literally
like this in front of guys that you kind of watch on TV, and then you've got to they could go anywhere with the interview, and you've got to ask their question.
Yeah.
Fuck that, that's why I sit on this chair.
I'll tell you. I'll tell you a trick that I do. I'll ask the question, and Bob could be answering. And what I've noticed is when you interview people, they tend to, they won't just answer with one straight answer unless they're really poor, interviewee. But while they're talking, I'm listening, I'm focused, I'm dialed in. But in my head, I'm like, what's the next question? What can I ask after that? So there's always something that's in my head. So when he finishes, I could ask the next question.
Yeah.
But everybody has their own technique.
And you think you've just got to go over 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You've just, in my head, I'm thinking, I'm watching you guys thinking, it can't be 1 minute, 40 seconds. It's got to be over 5, then just cut.
Yeah.
Then just cut. What I like as well that you've done, and we spoke about this off camera, and I think it's great. So hopefully no one steals this idea because it is your idea. Yeah. Obviously, it's come from your uncle, really.
Come from my uncle, yeah.
Comes from your uncle, but the fan cam things.
Yes.
I can't believe that no one in boxing does it. So fans are so integral to the sport of boxing, and all you see guys doing is interviewing boxers, interviewing promoters, managers. No one interviews the fans.
Yeah.
Why did you get it from your uncle?
Was that I'll give you some background to that. So it was, once the channel was up and running, before I got it up and running, I was listening to you and Hatman and some of the guys in America as well, and that was what I really wanted to do. But obviously I know what my uncle does, and he's been doing AFTV for 5-6 years now. So I always go to him for advice and just ask him what could I do to get this to the next level. And we were just talking, and I put videos out there. I was getting 50, 60 views, and
how disheartening is that?
It's so disheartening, man. Because of all the effort, people don't really see the effort you put into the editing, and it was really
even just think of an idea for a video.
Exactly, it can be demoralising. But I went to see him one day, and I was just like, look, what can I do to, because I'm not there yet, of course. Yeah. But I was like, what can I do to get it where it can get more views and get more activity and fan content? He said to me why don't you try going down this road? And I was like, it's difficult to speak to, get VIP passes to events, and it's difficult to get press passes if you're not known. Yeah. You have to be in the little community they have there.
I'm telling you now, 100%.
It's difficult, and I know Coogan very well. He knows my uncle very well, but he doesn't owe me nothing. He doesn't have to take me to these places. So I just thought, how could I get in there by just doing my own thing? And he said to me, like, why don't you go this way? Like, everybody seems to be trying to interview, like, the boxers and the promoters, and why don't you interview the fans? Like, the fans, they have a voice as well. Without the fans, there's no sport. So that was what I did. Like, me and my camera guy, we just thought, you know what, F this, man. We're just going to go to one fight, like, just stand outside and just hold the camera and see what happens.
Did you do that? Is that the one you done at Luke Vasil Lomachenko? Was that?
We did.
No, you done it at Billy Joe's. What fight? I can't remember. I saw it.
It started off, we tested it out actually, after, I think it was Dillian Whyte when he fought...
Ruiz.
No, it was before that. It was Dillian Whyte, Joseph Parker.
Okay.
That was when we just trialled it.
Yeah,
we trialled it then. And it went down really well. So then we just thought, yeah, now we're going to start going to like the venues and stuff. So we went to Wembley for Andy and Joshua and Povetkin, drove, you know, just parked the car somewhere, didn't get a ticket for the fight, so we were just watching it in a bar. As soon as the fight finished, we just walked across the road, and then people all coming out, we just interviewed them there.
Look at the effort, people.
I
hope you're hearing this.
It was a lot of effort, man, and it's very draining. After like the O2, we went to the O2, which is a long drive for us.
From where?
Luton. So we tried.
I knew. I just want them to know.
Yeah, driving from Luton to South London. As you can imagine, there's a lot of traffic and stuff, and we'd just go. Sometimes we didn't have tickets for the fight. We'd go there. Like Lomachenko didn't have a ticket for that fight.
Oh, did you not?
I did not know.
You made me feel like you did.
No, I didn't.
Watching the videos, I actually felt like you were actually in the arena.
No.
Yeah.
What we did was we drove to the O2, parked up, had something to eat, streamed the fight on our phone, like Sky Go, and
not illegal.
Not illegal.
Yeah.
But like after we just took the camera out and just started interviewing the fans.
I think it will take off. I mean, it has to. I mean, you look again. Arsenal Fan TV. Can we even say Arsenal Fan TV anymore? AFTV.
AFTV
right?
now, yeah.
Redmen TV. Fucking all that stuff with Goldbridge that they do United. So much expressions for Tottenham. Yeah. It's all about the fans. Everything. And again, I think if you stick with it, that's the thing, I guess, right? It's not easy going to all these events, but if you stick with it, that will grow massively. Yeah. That will grow massively.
I appreciate that, especially coming from yourself, man.
Nah, I'm nobody. Stop it. Who's your favourite British fighter currently?
Oh, currently right now. There's loads of British fighters that I love to watch, man. I love watching Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury. I like watching Josh Taylor, he's another one.
Interesting fighter.
Man, Luke Campbell's one guy that I like to watch. I know that these are all like popular names.
No, but still,
Dillian Whyte, massive fan of Dillian Whyte.
Can we talk about it? Can we talk about that B sample business?
Funnily enough, I interviewed his brother, Dean Whyte.
Big dude.
Yeah, he's huge. He's massive.
That's why if I was to interview him, I couldn't even ask him about the B sample. He's that big. I'd be scared to ask him. Yeah,
when I asked, I kind of skirted around. I was like, I'm allowed to ask this. I don't want you to like flip on me or anything like that.
He reminds me of Debo. Yeah, he reminds me of Debo from Friday.
He's a big dude, but he's very cool, humble guy. Very cool guy, and no one's really given much away. No one's given much away about the B sample. I mean, he said that we'd hopefully find out by October times November, but we're in October now.
Dude, I actually find it embarrassing, and I've seen a lot of people kind of skirt away or shirk away from talking about it, and I've been very vocal about it, to the point where YouTube actually even tried to take a couple of videos down. Like, whatever. The fact that he can fight in... When did he fight now? Was it June or July? I want to say July.
I think it was July.
July. And we're in October.
October now.
And I'm guessing they found out that there was something wrong in his system a couple of weeks before the fight. So we're talking 3.5, 4 months. Yeah. I'm sorry, something's going on.
Something's not right.
Something's not right. Let's be honest. Stop the bullshit.
Like, something's not right. I mean, why? Every time I see an interview with Eddie Hearn, he's beating around the bush like, something could be, we might hear something soon. Or even with Dean Whyte, love the guy and everything, great to interview him, beating around the bush. And I understand you can't really give too much details on camera, but it just feels like this is going on for too long now. We haven't been given no update, and we deserve to know.
Yeah, and the scary thing is that we weren't supposed to know.
Yeah.
So really and truly, he would have been fighting now. That's why I find it all confusing. We weren't supposed to know. Supposedly everything was okay. They let him fight, but now all of a sudden,
apparently the trainer didn't know that there was a hearing. I don't know how true that is.
This is what I'm trying to say. Boxing is so dodgy. Yeah. And I wouldn't be shocked if he's serving a ban as we speak.
That's what I've
I wouldn't be shocked if there's a 6-month ban, and that ban ends in December, which enables him to fight on the Joshua Ruiz card.
Would he fight on the Joshua Ruiz card? He seems like he's got too much pride for me.
You know what it is? The only reason I think he would fight is because financially. Yeah. I mean, he only had one fight this year. That was Oscar Rivas. Boxers only get paid when they fight.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he knows about the money in Saudi Arabia. Obviously, he's not going to get that kind of check, but he would want to be active.
And Dillian Whyte did say that he has, like, because he manages his own fighters as well now. He did say he was wanting to go out there. So, who knows?
I mean, and Eddie Hearn's talked about stacking his card. And, I mean, say, for example, I don't know, Hunter does fight Chisora.
Yeah.
So that Michael Hunter-Povetkin fight's out of the card. So you feel like all this talk about stacking the card, with who?
Yeah.
And Dillian Whyte will be a big name, a big name addition to that fight card. Huge name as a co-main event. You know, it's not, don't get me wrong, I know he doesn't want to be co-main to Joshua, but it's not a bad place to be in for a co-main event.
And you know what? Probably it would be good for him to come back on something like that. You know, just...
Maybe something away from this country.
Away from this country.
Maybe.
It'd be good to... Maybe just...
We are brutal. We are brutal.
Yeah. And, like, listen, man, like, if he's a cheat, we need to know at the end of the day.
That's the thing, and people on about me like, Addy, just leave it alone. And I support him. I even made a video saying I'm on the Dillian Whyte hype train. But if I look, I know what these boxers take, but I want to know if the person I'm supporting has done something wrong.
Yeah.
That's it. I fully understand how boxing works. I mean, I think a lot of the top fighters juice, but I still want to know, did that guy juice that I'm supporting? That's all I want to know.
I'm really hoping he didn't. I'm not, and I believe him. I look at him and I think, I believe you.
I used to do that. Don't do it. I used to do it. I used to do it with Marion Jones Athletics.
Yeah.
I used to do it with so many athletes from athletics. Even this Mo Farah thing that's come out recently.
Yeah.
I just don't know anymore.
Yeah. I'm
not sure with people. I really am. GGG Derevyanchenko this weekend.
Yeah.
Good fight for GGG. Finally fighting for another world title, and the person he's fighting isn't named Canelo, which is good.
Very good, Joe.
How do you think he gets on against Derevyanchenko?
I think he'll pick up the title, the IBF title. Derevyanchenko's he's not a particularly slick guy.
Yeah, he's not. That's what he would struggle with, I think.
That's the problem. Right, I think that. Triple G's getting older though. Yeah. I mean, he's 37 years old now.
A lot of wear on that body.
Boy. A lot of wear on that body, but he's still technically sound.
Yeah.
So even though he knows how to bang, I mean, he's so technically proficient that he's got a better jab than Derevyanchenko.
Yes.
Sorry if I'm mispronouncing his name.
That's okay. I struggle with Progress.
I think that Triple G. It's a good fight for him.
Yeah.
Good fight from Madison Square Garden. Daniel Jacobs beat Derevyanchenko. I think Triple G beats him. Yeah. I think it's a good fight while it lasts. It could be similar to the Lemieux fight actually.
I think so as well. I think GG is going to show that he's still there.
Yeah.
I think it's almost a case of, okay, you've all written me off. You think I'm done. You think I'm old. You think I made a mistake switching trainers. Let me show you what I can do.
Yeah.
You don't get to, I think, 379 amateur fights. I think he only lost like 6 or 7 or 5 or something.
Like, I think it was 5.
Without being a good, efficient boxer.
Yeah.
And we know he can stay in the pocket and bang. And the funny thing is, Derevyanchenko stays in the pocket as well. GGG is just stronger and hits harder. So when it comes down to stay in the pocket, he's dead.
Yeah, and I think Derevyanchenko's a lot shorter than him, isn't he?
A lot shorter. I saw that as well, like 3-4 inches shorter. So maybe around the same height as Canelo, possibly actually.
He's gonna have to, for Derevyanchenko to win, he's gonna have to make Triple G act his age.
Yeah.
He's gonna have to like
work him every minute of every round.
Yeah. And how many people could do that with Triple G? Like rough him up in the inside and for the whole fight. And
I mean, Canelo hit that guy with everything. And he barely moved.
Yeah.
To be fair, he hit Canelo with everything. Canelo barely moved as well. It's weird with GGG because I look at what Canelo's doing in terms of going to 175, that fight with Rocky Fielding at 168. And in my head, I'm thinking, surely that's what GGG was supposed to do 3 years ago.
Disappointed.
GGG is the man that I thought was going to go to super middleweight and then light heavy.
I mean, he's got the frame. He could easily move up in weight. He's got the talent. Why he didn't do it?
On the scales at 160. He looks awful on the scales.
Yeah, I mean, he could have moved up to 168 and picked up the title. Easily.
Yeah, come on, easily.
I would have loved to have seen him and Kovalev.
Oh, and Kovalev said that he put him down in sparring, didn't he?
Yeah.
He put Kovalev down in sparring.
Got a bit of history there too. I don't know, obviously with Abel Sanchez and Tom Loeffler, when they were together at the time, it just seemed to me that all they were geared to was the Canelo fight.
Yeah.
Once they got that fight, that was it. Yeah. And we've seen now, after the first 2 fights, they won another one. And I'm just like, hold on, there's so many other guys. Why? It's a good fight, I'm not going to lie.
It's that check, man.
Yeah, why can't we see Triple G against someone else?
It's that check. That check must be addicted, you know. It must be very addictive. I mean, imagine going to work and getting paid 30 million. Yeah. And then doing exactly the same job and getting paid 2.5.
Yeah.
It must be kind of like messing up your head a bit. So you must think, I want that Canelo money again.
It just seemed like it was all geared towards the Canelo fight.
Yeah, even the second one where he fought Vans, and then straight again Canelo.
Yeah.
And he wanted this one. He wanted to fucking fight Steve Rolls and then get Canelo. I was like, how dare you?
Yeah, no. There are other middleweights out there, man. Very talented middleweights.
Very talented middleweights. Charlo, Andrade, Billy Joe Saunders if he comes back down.
Charlo really needs to leave.
Charlo has the same problem Terence Crawford has.
Exactly.
It's even worse.
Yeah.
I mean, the Charlos have literally, both of them just vanished.
Yeah.
They were all over social media, all over everywhere last year. Now it's like, where's the Charlo brothers?
I've been saying that for such a long time, and Jamal Charlo, supremely talented.
Phenomenally talented.
I don't know how he gets on against those other guys, but that's what I want to see.
That's what we want to see.
I want to see him against Billy Joe, and Billy Joe made the right decision. Like, he's been with Frank Warren for so long, he realised he wasn't getting the fights he wanted, so he's gone to Eddie Hearn. Like, I listen to Hatman a lot as well as yourself, and one thing that Hatman always says is he says that there's no time for loyalty in boxing when it comes to your prime.
Say it all the time. All these guys that stick with promoters, no, I love him. What? He will dump you faster than an ugly girlfriend.
Exactly.
He will dump you. Dump you. Yeah, so I think Billy Joe Saunders has done the right thing going to the zone. Most boxers, I think, should follow. I'm still not quite sure what's going to happen with Billy Joe. I mean, they're talking about Rosado possibly for this fight on this KSI Logan Paul thing. I don't even want to talk about that shit. Yeah. And then Eddie Hearn has almost promised him the world after. We'll see.
Well, it's now or never, isn't it, for Billy Joe? Yeah. I mean, now we need to see. He's got the talent. I've said it so many times. He's got unbelievable talent, Billy Joe. I love watching him fight.
I love him. I love everything about him. I even love his crazy personality.
Yeah, I like his personality as well.
Yeah, it's a bit different.
Yeah, some people think he's a bit offish, but, you know, boxing has characters, doesn't it, at the end of the day?
Well, it should have anyway.
Yeah, and with Billy Joe, he's another one. Like, we don't want to see someone in their prime wasted.
Yeah.
I think that now he's with the zone. I think the Triple G fight could happen if Triple G wants it. I think Billy Joe will take it now. If Triple G wants it, there's plenty of guys for him to fight. It has to happen next year. Eddie Hearn said it as well. I don't even care about the Eubank rematch, to be honest.
No,
I don't even know what's going on with Eubank.
I'm so tired of that guy.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm very, very tired. I was really high on him, and then like one fight this year against James DeGale, who then retired.
Yeah, it's like he's retired. It's like Eubank's retired. Yeah.
Honestly, it's like that.
I've seen him, you know, got a new car, which is fine. Like, look, live your life, man. Like, what you're putting.
Loves that car, don't he? Fuck yeah. Don't get me wrong. I mean, he's funny body for it. Yeah. He got a car. He's got one car, and he loves it.
He loves it, man.
Fucking hell, I bet you any money he's got a Golf on the side that he drives most times.
How hungry are you now? How hungry
got
is
that
he?
nice house in Brighton.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, look, again, we're not boxers. We don't know how hard it is to cut weight, get punched, all that other stuff you got to do, eat fucking ice cubes to try and make weight.
Yeah.
Sometimes they must just think, nah, I ain't doing it. And he almost looks like he's got that kind of attitude right now. Like, I can make money elsewhere, I'm not doing it.
It seems like it, man. I mean, he's created his own brand, which, you know, I mean, he had the backing from his dad anyway.
Yeah.
So he had a bit of a leg up. I think he is talented. Like, I do watch his training stuff. I do have him on Snapchat. I watch his stuff.
Supremely fit.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know how talented he is, but in terms of being physically fit, I mean, he could have been an athlete in any sport. He's got that kind of will to, like, you know, just to get in great shape.
But where's the hunger now? I mean, you fought in January. We're now in October. No signs of, like, unless there's been some sort of...
He mentioned a couple of weeks ago on Twitter, and I've done a video about it, that he's going to fight in America next. And that's going to happen this year.
Yeah.
And everyone's like, okay, who? And they're talking about maybe possibly Caleb Truax, the guy that James DeGale lost to, and then James DeGale beat for his belt back.
Couldn't see that happening.
Seems like a good matchup. Remember, Chris Eubank is with Al Heyman and PBC.
Yeah. So
it seems like an easy fight to make. But again, less talking, more doing. From all of them. Less talking, more doing. All right, let's talk about the big man.
Okay.
Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz, Saudi Arabia, December 14th. I'm trying to get out there for it. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. If the fight even happens over there, we'll see.
Yeah.
What do you make of it? Who's favourite for the fight?
Wow. Joshua will go down as the odds-on favourite, but for me, I'm like, the first fight was so conclusive. Andrew Ruiz, like, it's not... I know that everyone's saying Joshua went through this, but at the end of the day...
Got knocked down 3 times.
Yeah, 4 times, got knocked down. To go up against that guy who put you on your ass 4 times in the ring, only 6-7 months later, like, you have to be a superhuman being to not feel, like, away when you fight him in a rematch.
I've said that as well. I've said a lot of it, and everyone's talking about Joshua making sort of tactical changes. I'm talking about emotionally.
Yeah.
Knowing you're going to fight, like, imagine getting beat up in school.
Yeah.
And having to go to school the next day and see the same bully. Like, pass.
Like, it's
lucky punch my ass.
Tremendous type of, like, mentality to go. And I know boxers do. But what I've been saying to people is that the first hard shot that Ruiz lands on Joshua,
it's going to have problems.
That will tell you who's going to win that fight.
It's almost a bit, and I know people might laugh at this comparison. I remember when David Price fought Tony Thompson. Yeah. And Price obviously lost, and it was like, oh, rematch. Oh, he'll get him this time. He was gone in the rematch as well. And mentally, it was like, he didn't know what to do. Yeah. And it scares me that Joshua, look, nothing would shock me. If Joshua knocks him out in round 1, I kid you not, I won't go. If Joshua gets knocked down in round 1, I'll be like, nothing would shock me.
I've got to believe. I think Joshua can do it. I mean, there's no doubt that he can't. He can do it. I really don't know.
Let me not hide my Nigerian side. I pray to God he does it.
Yeah, I hope to see Joshua does it. I want Joshua to win.
Yeah, just in case of what it would be like. I don't think people realise how big an impact Joshua has on British boxing. Yeah. If Joshua isn't in British boxing, it loses a lot. Yeah, it loses a lot. There's no fight in Saudi Arabia. They're not interested. No. They're not fucking interested. You know what I mean? I know Amir Khan's got his base over there, but this is something big over there.
This is huge.
This is huge. If he loses, which then could possibly be that, it's a massive blow for British boxing.
Who carries the torch if he was to lose? I mean, I'm really hoping he does win. I think he will. I'm going to lean towards it. Yeah, but like, we can't underestimate Ruiz. We knew what Ruiz brought to the table the first time. A lot of casuals at the first time thought that who was this guy, but those that actually follow boxing knew that he could fight. I still didn't think he'd win.
No, that I can't lie to you. As you were saying, I was thinking, fuck me. I said AJ would knock him out.
Yeah, I thought AJ would win, but he's got the style to give him problems. Like, he's got that short, squatty style. He's a forward counter puncher.
And he's a boxer.
Yeah, he knows
how
to box.
This guy that's been boxing is not a guy that went to the gym and started learning it at 19, 18. This guy's been boxing. It's in his blood.
Yeah. He represented his country, represented Mexico at the Olympics.
Yeah. They're trying to get him to do it again in the 2020 Olympics.
Yeah. So the guy, he's got pedigree, man. He just, people look at him and think, oh, you know what, he's going to get bowled over. But it's not that simple, man. I think it's going to be a great fight. Rooting for Joshua, big time.
Yeah, I said at the time that Yard Kovalev was the most intriguing fight of 2019, which I still think it was.
For sure.
This is definitely second for me in terms of intrigue. I have no idea how this fight's going to go whatsoever.
I think it's up in the head, man.
It is up in the head. With what happened with Joshua, do you still want Joshua versus Wilder? Does that excite you?
It would still excite me. It would still excite me.
Let me not pretend it doesn't.
It would be, yeah.
You know you want it as well.
I would be really excited for that, but I'd be a lot more worried too.
For Joshua, isn't it?
For Joshua, yeah.
Yeah. Because before it was a case of, who lands first? I don't think it's that simple.
Yeah.
I think Wilder, I don't know, I just feel like if Wilder lands on Joshua, he's out. He's out for 20 seconds.
Could be a horrible knockout.
Yeah, like Brazil, it could be like that. Where Joshua lands on Wilder, I feel like it might take a couple to get rid of Wilder. Yeah, I don't think it's one.
No. Whereas Wilder is one. We've seen it.
It's half, dude. He hits people through their guard and they go. So
I'll be nervous watching that.
What about Joshua Fury?
Fury.
You wouldn't be scared about that one, would you? It's different.
It's different.
I think it'd be outboxed, but not hurt.
I don't think Joshua would go in there. Because he's even said it himself, hasn't he? Like in interviews, that if he was to beat Ruiz, he'd like Fury next. So he hasn't even been talking about Wilder. Fury carries a big threat in terms of outboxing him, making him look silly. But he doesn't carry that threat really where he's going to knock him out.
No, not at all. I can't see Fury was like, come on then.
Yeah. And the problem is, I think that Joshua can just he can march towards Fury. He's not going to, he'll throw punches, which Klitschko didn't do.
True. Yes, that's very true. I think Joshua, it's an interesting fight, isn't it? It's not as much as people think, he will outbox him. I'm like, Fury gets hit.
He gets hit.
Fury isn't the kind of guy, he's not fucking Muhammad Ali back in the 60s. He gets touched.
Yeah. So Joshua would fancy that. I'm not saying he wins it at all.
No. But, we're not saying that on this channel.
But I think he'd fancy that because with Wilder, there is the real threat that he could be stretched out.
It's frightening, isn't it?
Yeah.
That kind of power... honestly, people laugh. I say it's some sort of slave power. Honestly, I wouldn't be shocked. Honestly, it's literally cotton picking. His great grandfather was like that size, I think, just picking. Because this guy's not even got. There's not even muscles anywhere really. He's not big like Joshua. Skinny dude,
but he can bang, man.
He can bang.
I'll tell you what. Every time I watch him, I'm on the edge of my seat.
Because it could be gone.
Yeah.
I actually think he will knock out Fury in the rematch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what it is now. Well, let's see how he gets on against Luis Ortiz, but. I think this time round, he knocks out Fury clean.
Really?
Yeah, I really do believe that Fury isn't outboxed him without getting touched for 12 rounds, I don't think. I know people say, yeah, but Fury, he's a couple more training camps and this and that. All it takes is 1 second.
Yeah, I mean,
1 second.
It does. And looking at that first fight, man, I mean, Wilder was completely outboxed throughout most of the fight, I think.
Yeah.
He still landed. People forget that he still landed and he still dropped
twice.
Yeah. So I think going into the rematch, I think that would have learned a lot from the first fight.
And his boxing skills, they're not the greatest. In fact, they're awful. They're awful. They're horrible.
Yeah.
But there's something there.
I
mean, he does move a little bit.
I think, he's probably underestimated a little bit, but at the end of the day...
When he goes for the kill, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's when he's all over the place.
Wild.
Yeah, it's just so bad.
Yeah. I don't know. Because picked against Fury loads. I picked Wilder to beat Fury the first time.
Picked him for Klitschko.
Klitschko to beat him.
Understandably so.
I think he fights to the level of his opponent.
Agreed.
So, with that threat, knowing what's in front of him, knowing he's been been put to sleep for like 5-6 seconds.
He'll be more cautious as well.
He'll be cautious. Yeah, it's another great fight, man.
I think it'll be a great fight. I just feel like Wilder will take him.
Yeah.
Canelo Kovalev. There's so many fights I want to pick your brains at.
Yeah.
Obviously, when that fight was initially announced, I said, look, let's give Kovalev a bit more time to rest.
Yeah.
I think that round at 8 against Yard was too much, but the fight's happening nonetheless. Canelo's jumping up 2 weight classes. I kind of feel like my suspicions are aroused as to how he gets up to 2 weight classes comfortably.
Agreed.
What do you make of that fight?
Interesting fight. A fun fight.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it. Some people have met it with a bit of skepticism, but I'm looking forward to it for sure.
Agreed.
I think the whole Canelo moving up 2 weights is, it's people will have their questions, but because it's not even at a catch weight, is it? It's literally he's moving up to 175.
Yeah. Normally, be like 172 or something, just to drain him a couple of pounds. Like, no, 175.
Moving straight up to 175.
I heard there's a rehydration clause though.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I heard there's a rehydration clause, which fucking annoys the fuck out of me. If I'm honest with you.
Yeah, that's gonna drain Kovalev bad. But Kovalev, I mean, against Yard,
Kovalev must look at him like, you little midget.
Yeah.
You can't beat me.
Honestly. I mean, I'm sure he'll still think that,
Yeah, like...
He towers over him.
Yeah,
so
towers.
Literally.
Yeah.
But I just think that, there is this saying that, if you target Kovalev's body, that will take him out. But how many people have took Kovalev out to the body?
It's funny. It's funny, isn't it? Because the way they talk about it, you'd act like he's been knocked down to the body like 20 times.
Yeah.
Like he's an Amir Khan or something.
Yeah.
He's not that guy. When I had Tunde on here, Tunde said that he was with Kathy Duva in the lift after the fight, and he asked them, "Are you worried about Kovalev?" This is what Tunde asked Kathy Duva, and she said no. She said if Yard's punches can't put Kovalev down, they don't expect Canelo's to.
Yeah.
And they said Yard's a cruiserweight. Yard's massive.
Yard's massive.
And they said if Yard can't put him down, why should a 160 guy be able to put him down?
Yeah.
That's their thinking, and that makes sense.
At the end of the day, who's Canelo bowling over at 160?
This is it. He's not. That's funny.
I mean,
you say
over
that.
Amir Khan, but I mean, Amir Khan
don't mention Rocky Fielding.
Yeah, that don't count.
Yeah, Julio Cesar Chavez he couldn't bowl over.
Yeah,
yeah,
didn't bowl over Triple G.
No,
Kovalev
Jacobs didn't bowl
him over.
Yeah,
he's going the distance.
But you know what it is? It's that round 8 where Kovalev is literally wobbling and Yard's catching it. I was thinking, oh my god,
I thought that was it then.
Everyone thought it was done.
That was it. Yeah.
And I'm thinking if Canelo gets him in that position, Canelo will just pick his punches a bit better than Yard.
Yeah.
And Yard was kind of swinging a bit towards the end there, just trying to land one.
Inexperience, wasn't it?
Yeah. If Canelo gets him where he needs to land one clean, Canelo will land one clean.
I think Canelo, I love watching him.
Yeah.
I think he's technically...
He's cheap though, isn't he?
Well, yeah, he is. It's been proven.
Fuck it, yeah. It's true. That's not me just saying it.
Yeah, we can't even deny it.
We can't deny it. I forgot that.
I love watching him. I think his skills are brilliant, but at the end of the day, you're a judgy.
Yeah.
You're going to get away with it because you're the face of boxing.
You are the face of boxing.
Which is...
He is fantastic though. As much as I say that, and I will say this in saying that I think most boxers at that level probably do stuff.
Agreed.
Because they know when the fights are going to be.
Yeah.
He is unreal.
Yeah.
That resume now is just getting ridiculous now.
I agree.
I mean, his last 4 or 5 fights now will be 2 against GGG, and move up in weight. Rocky Fielding, I know, doesn't really count. Danny Jacobs, and now Kovalev.
Be interested to know your pound for pound. I know it's very subjective, but who would you have top 5, let's say, top 5, top 6?
Top 6, no one ever goes top 6, do they?
Yeah. Top 5, top... I know it's very subjective.
Very subjective. I'm going to go Loma.
Loma at the top.
It's when you're a football guy.
Yeah.
I remember when I was young, how old are you? Sorry.
32.
32, I'm 38.
Yeah.
Embarrassing. But I remember when I was young, I see the Ronaldo do stuff on the football field, and literally I used to rewind it and think, how the fuck have you... Like everyone talks about Messi and Ronaldo. No. Yeah. To me, the R9 was just... he used to do things at 100 miles per hour, literally while I would rewind. And Loma's a bit like that for me.
Yeah.
Where he does stuff in the ring, and I'm like, Has he done that?
Yeah.
And that's what I think separates him.
Yeah.
Just because he's doing stuff I don't quite... And we're talking 25 years of watching boxing and understanding it. And I still don't quite know what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's why he's number one for me. Plus, obviously, a 3-weight world champion. Crawford will be number 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's close. It's close between those two. I think they're both beautiful boxers. 3... I'm going to go Canelo.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Canelo over Usyk.
Yeah.
I think Canelo's wins are bigger than Usyk's wins against the likes of Gassiev and Bradis and Bellew.
Yep.
Let's be real, Bellew. You know
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Canelo. That resume. I know people say, yeah, but he fought that person at that time. We could do that in history.
You could do that with anyone.
Anyone.
Do it with Floyd.
Do it to your best name boxers, and I will tell you, but he fought him at that time.
Yeah.
I mean, Larry Holmes over Ali. Everyone fought someone at a different time.
Just give him respect, man.
Give him respect. That guy still kicked your ass. So I'm going to go Canelo, then Usyk.
Yeah.
Then I'm going to go Inoue because he knocks people out like they're not supposed to be knocked out.
Yep.
And then after that...
Pick and choose, isn't it?
Pick and choose. I'm not having Spence there.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm not doing it yet. I'm
Not
yet. Not yet. You couldn't put away Mikey at 135. I saw holes in your game against Porter, who's a good football. I need to see a bit more.
Yeah.
I need to see more. If he beats Garcia convincingly, and then one more, then he might make that top 5. What about yours?
Do you know what's funny? Like, and you guys can check my Instagram to say, like, mine is exactly the same.
Oh, really?
I've got Crawford I've got Loma at 1A.
Yeah.
Crawford at 1B.
You got 1A, 1B.
1A, 1B. Because I literally, for those very reasons, like I think Loma's amazing to watch.
Amazing.
And I think now his resume is starting to, he's picking up like bigger wins than Crawford because Crawford's not fighting. Like he fought in April and against Khan, everyone knew he was going to beat him. Like Loma's fought Luke Campbell, he's beaten like Rigondeaux and I think he's moved up in weights as well.
Nicholas was quick. I remember that was supposed to be a 50-50 fight.
Yeah, going in.
The Axeman, the punch power, and then just...
Look what he did. 1A, 1B, whoever you want. But I've got Loma at 1A, Crawford at 1B. Same as you, Canelo number 3.
It's weird how Canelo really should be number 1 though, when I think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think of the legit win, and look, there's asterisks over the first GGG win. The second one, you could give it to him. Yeah. It's close. That win, I think, is bigger than any of Crawford's or Loma's wins. I don't think there's a win on Loma's resume that is big as beating Gennady Golovkin. Unbeaten middleweight boogeyman.
No.
And then Danny Jacobs. Even Danny Jacobs, I don't think they've got anything on their resumes. No. So in my head, I'm thinking, why is Canelo not number 1? But again, it just comes down to just liking what I see with someone. Because Canelo's resume, Cotto, he fought Floyd. I mean, it's fucking stacked, dude.
It's strong.
It's strong. And he's making it stronger by the day.
Yeah.
So really it should be. Then after that,
After that, use Usyk for your reasons as well.
Yeah.
And then Inoue number 5. And then probably number 6 I have probably Triple G. And then I think I had Spence at 7 maybe. But no, I don't know. I think
Estrada could be up there.
He's in there as well.
Super flyweight.
So it's subjective at the end of the day. It's down to, I look at it as resume, I look at it as who looks like the guy that's so difficult to beat. Yeah. Who looks the most unbeatable person.
And not only that, but I remember
as resume.
Exactly. I remember when when Loma was here and they had I think IFL got Bellew and a few others on the camera.
Yeah.
And the way they were speaking about him. So it's all well and good us as fans that have never gone in the ring and boom, boom, boom. When I hear fighters speak about a fighter, and they were speaking about Loma and they were waxing lyrical, that's when I start to really appreciate how good he is. Yeah. When they're I don't understand how he's doing it. So if a fighter's saying that, it's almost like these football awards that are voted by footballers.
Footballers, yeah.
That's when you can really
appreciate
someone.
Understand how good somebody really is.
Yes,
absolutely. I think Loma is on that. He's at that stage.
Really is, yeah. Who's your best fighter ever? Do you have a fanboy moment with a fighter?
Ooh. Obviously Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Growing up, Roy Jones. I remember I used to watch boxing with my dad, and he used to record fights on a VHS, and then we'd watch it, and then have to watch it the next day and the next day. And Roy Jones was one of them for me. I used to watch him, and when he used to put his hands behind his back and knocked a guy out, it was just freakish to me. Yeah. Mayweather. I mean, before he turned into Money Mayweather, and
Pretty Boy.
Yeah, he was the guy for me. I used to love watching Zab Judah.
That's an interest. I feel like he's almost forgotten.
Yeah.
Because there were so many good 140 pounders and 147 pounders back then. Zab's forgotten. Zab was a legit guy.
Yeah, the last undisputed welterweight champion.
Yeah, legit guy.
I used to love watching him. And then over here, obviously, you got the likes of Prince Nassim and Lennox Lewis and Joe Calzaghe.
There never ever will be a Prince again.
Never.
it's weird because everyone that looks Asian, even though Prince Nassim Hamid wasn't from Asia, from Yemen, I think, the next Prince. There's been so many, the next Prince.
Literally,
He was phenomenal.
Comparison, there'll never be another Prince again.
No, not like that.
But yeah, I used to love it, man. And those guys, I think, fanboy moment, I don't know. I mean, Mayweather was up there for me, but I've met him when I was in Miami, actually. And I wasn't like a fanboy moment then, but I think growing up watching him, it was like, I used to love watching these guys, and he was one of them as well.
We're talking about fanboy moments there. You mentioned Prince Nassim. Obviously, in that era was Nigel Benn.
Yeah.
Nigel Benn is coming back to the ring, 55 years old, 23 years out of the ring.
Yeah.
I'm a huge Nigel Benn fan. He sent me a message on Twitter, actually.
Oh, really?
Which was just a big... You talk about fanboy moments.
Yeah, that is...
Dude, I need to cry. Can't lie, I need to cry.
Wow.
I'm thinking... This is my biggest idol in boxing sent me a message and I watched your video. I was like, huh?
That's amazing.
What?
Yeah.
So it's difficult for me to diss him. I don't want to diss him. So when I talk negatively about Nigel Benn in this return, it's more because I like him so much and I don't want to see him fight anymore.
Yeah.
What do you make of him? This comeback against Sakio Bika. That's definitely happening.
I'm totally with you.
Yeah.
If you're going to look at it from Nigel Benn's side, he's going to be like, look, no one can tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a big man in this team, you know what I mean? So... I think with him, I'm against it. You know, I think 55 years old, you've got nothing.
I don't care how fit you are.
Yeah, you've got nothing to prove, man. Like, you're going to go in there and take more punches to the head. For what?
For who?
I think it just highlights the fact that we need to really have some sort of plan in place for fighters who retire. So I know Nigel Benn, he doesn't need the money or anything like that.
You don't think so?
I don't think so, no. I think he's living quite well in Australia. Obviously his son's doing okay.
Yeah.
I think he's alright in terms of financially, but I think it's just he's probably seen his son get the limelight, and I don't mean it in a disrespectful way, but it brings back the glory days for him. You're always going to be a fighter. So he's probably looking at it and like thinking, I want to do this again.
I don't think it's financial as well. When he first mentioned it, I was like, nah. But then obviously he puts the pay-per-view out at $14.95.
Yeah.
Which is pretty
quite
steep.
Yeah.
It really is, isn't it? I mean, I've seen fights on YouTube for less.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? For £5 or £6. I'm thinking, if it's not about the money, why charge that higher price to watch it? I just feel like this isn't a boxing thing, and I said this on the channel, if you guys watched the video, I said, I feel like every sportsman seems to want to continually play their sport.
Yeah.
And other sports that aren't physical, or even ones that are, like football's physical, but you know, they have the five-a-side tournament and all those kind of stuff that keep going on.
Yeah.
Basketball has now a big free with the NBA, so they can keep playing. You can't keep playing boxing.
You can't play boxing.
You can't keep playing boxing. It's not that kind of sport. Every other sport has it, apart from boxing. And that's the problem. Golf have senior tours, tennis have senior tours. So I feel like everyone just wants to continually play their sport they love.
Yeah.
Something they've been doing since they were kids. He's no different.
I mean, there's so many other avenues that Nigel Benn could have gone through. I mean, like I said, again, who are we to tell this guy what to do? You know, but for me personally, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see him get punched in the head. He could have been a trainer. He could have been like a promoter, especially in Australia as well.
Yeah.
He could have been big out there, but...
massive out there.
Yeah, if you think about it,
massive. Grow the sport
he could
out
have
there.
really done something big out there. He's a legend.
Yeah.
Legend worldwide, not just
Open
over
up
here.
gyms.
Yeah, but he's Dark Destroyer, man. He's a warrior. He's a fighter. Not going to leave him.
It's not going to leave him. And he spoke about some of the things he's been through in his past, and you're thinking about suicide, drink and drugs. He said he's clean now, and I was like, that's the win.
Yeah.
You won already.
Yeah,
he says, I need closure. I'm like, that's the closure.
Yeah.
You've already ticked the box. Your son's doing well.
Yeah.
Harley, I think Benny's other son's doing okay. I think he lost recently, but he's doing okay as well. You've won in life. What's the problem?
That's the thing, man. It's just that fight.
Do you think he should have been, I mean, look, he's been given a boxing license by, I think, the Irish boxing license. Surely that's, how are they issuing licenses?
It's Nigel Benn.
That's what it is.
They just managed to get, I mean,
Ben wants a license. Who? Ben. Okay.
Let's just do this.
Let's just do it.
Popular for us, and the thing is, people are going to tune in.
Dude, I will.
People will still tune in. Yeah, like we're talking about it.
We will.
We'll watch it.
Yeah, I mean, even your uncle, he spoke about Nigel Benn in one of his videos and being one of his heroes. He will tune in.
He'll tune in.
People will pay for the $14.95.
Yeah.
And that's the scary thing for me. If he somehow wins, I mean, Sakio Bika is a bit stiff in his movement and lands one clean. I don't care. 55, he can still knock you out.
Yeah.
Is he going to call it quits? If the pay-per-view numbers come back good, is he going to say, okay, we're done? Or is he going to get on the phone to Steve Collins and Chris Eubank and Roy Jones and say, okay, I've got more money?
Yeah. I mean, but who's like, I think even Conor said he's not going to watch it, didn't he?
Everyone's saying they're not going to watch it. That's the thing. It's one of those ones where everyone's like, not watching it, everyone watches it.
Yeah.
It's a sad day when Nigel Benn, at 55, 23 years out of the ring, has to come back and box. Very, very sad day. All right, let's wrap on this.
Yes.
Any big fights you're looking forward to this year, apart from the obvious ones we just mentioned, Joshua Ruiz, Derevyanchenko, KSI Logan Paul?
Not for me.
No? What?
Not for me, no.
What, YouTubers just like us? You're not going to support your fellow YouTubers?
Nah, it's not really not my cup of tea, man. But listen, I get it.
Yeah.
I get what's going on. Like, I'm not totally against it.
I so am.
I think as a hardcore fan, it's not for me. But I understand if it can bring people into the sport, then fine. I'm okay with that. But me personally, it doesn't mean anything to me. So yeah, you can scratch that off the list.
Yeah.
Big fights for the remainder of the year. Obviously, yeah, AJ Ruiz, Taylor Prograis, massive for me. Who else have we got?
We've got over here. We've got Lewis Ritson, Robbie Davis Jr. up in Newcastle.
That card, that would be a great card as well.
Decent card as well, isn't it? Yeah. Scott Fitzgerald's on there against Ted Cheeseman, I think.
That'd be a good fight. Yeah, unbelievable fight.
I'm looking forward to seeing Billy Joe Saunders. Obviously, we don't know who's fighting yet,
card,
but it'd be good to see him fight on that card.
Yeah.
To see.
I'll tell you one fight that I really like to see for next year, if it can get made. Other than obviously Spence and Crawford, that's my number one.
Is that your number one? Hands down.
That's my number one that I just want to see. Yeah.
If anyone says anything other thing, I'll be like, "Are you a boxing fan?"
It was AJ and Wilder.
Yeah.
But then obviously we saw what happened there. But
that would have been so big.
It would have been amazing if it happened.
If AJ beat Ruiz, fucking hell, how big would that have been? Wilder, AJ in America.
Huge.
Two big boys, knockout power.
But that's the
boxing.
Issue.
Roll the dice. Roll the dice.
Yeah. I'd say if we can't get Spence Crawford next year, then Lomachenko and Davis would be a good fight for me to watch. Yeah. I think Loma beats him.
Yeah.
I definitely think Loma beats him.
I think
but
that
I'd like
fight
to see
starts race wars in America.
Yeah.
Dude, I didn't realise how tense it is. Like, I must have said something about Davis and Loma on one video. Yeah. And literally it was almost like
flooded with Americans
racial fighting. Yeah.
Yeah.
From Americans, no disrespect, it was like, how you picking Loma? And I'm like,
how you picking Loma?
Yeah, and I'm like, Tank will smash him, you don't support your brothers. Sorry, that was an American accent. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
So it's crazy over there. I would like to see that as well. I think the build-up will be good. Floyd will get involved in the build-up.
Yeah.
And just that X factor. I think like Tank does have that X factor. With you, I think Loma beats him. Yeah. I think Loma could embarrass him.
Yeah.
But if Tank lands, I'm sorry.
What about Haney? Do you think Haney's ready?
No.
Not yet?
Not yet. As much as I like him, I think you can look good as he is looking good against not even B-class fighters, C-class fighters. Anyone can. If there's something about you, you'll look good. Yeah. I mean, that's like Messi playing at Leyton Orient. True. Do you know what I mean? If there's something about you, you should be able to... You know what I mean? I want to see a bit more against Teofimo Lopez, a Richard Comey, a Luke Campbell. Beat those guys who are kind of fringe world level, and then we'll see.
I agree.
Then we'll see. But if I had to pick my sort of fight that I really, really want to see, I don't know why, but I want to see Charlo versus Demetrius Andrade. I don't know why. It's just...
That's a good fight.
I just want those two to get it on. I remember they've had a little beef back in the day.
For a long time.
For a long time, yeah. So I'm guessing something stemmed from even when they were maybe teenagers trying to get on Olympic squads and stuff.
Yeah.
I think those two, I don't know, I just want to see two guys mix it up that I think will bring it.
Yeah.
And I think both of them will bring it. Both of them come up from 154. They won belts at 154. They've now won belts-ish at 160. That'll be a good fight.
Midweight division's hot, man. Triple G and Billy Joe Saunders. That's another one. Yeah.
I mean, Eddie Hearn, you said you're going to deliver.
I'd love to see that, man.
So would I. Boy!
It's been great. Thank you.
How quick has that gone?
It's literally flown by, man.
I keep going, guys, and checking my my phone, and it's like 40 minutes is done. 30 minutes is done. I'm like, how's that possible? So we've got an hour plus sit down with Daryl here. It's going to be fun. We're going to do it again 100%.
Yeah, I'd love to.
Yeah, we're going to get some mics and make it look a bit more professional. But for now, bro.
Thank you, man.
Thank you so much for coming down.
I appreciate it. Thank you.